Hey, would you catchphrase here? Last time we defeated the Capra demon, and as the Undead merchant said to us, there's a bull demon and the goat demon here, and the humongous drake, and with those dead, well, except for the drake of course, because we keep spooking him off, and he's actually not a necessary boss for the progression of the game, we need to head towards Blight Bog below to ring one of the bells of awakening. And here you can see a sneaky thief just trying to line up a good stab on us. And yeah, with that, welcome to another episode of this playthrough. Thank you for watching. It's actually getting surprising amount of views in my opinion. I mean, I try to do, well, basically let's walk you through the routine of actually making one of these things. I record for a while and I start editing, and then I upload them whenever I please. And basically I try to play for 1 hour, that's what I've been doing mostly, and then just upload the results of that. And yeah, it's getting a nice amount of views. Kick him down there. Poor guy. And with a nice amount of views I'm talking an average of 10. Which is not much, but I do appreciate every single one of you, so hey, thank you. And here we have another Undead merchant.
You still have your senses about you. Then why won't you buy some of my nuts? I need your souls.
Yeah, they're pretty hollowed out. Some usable items here, like transient curses, which we might need later on, or will need rather. Resins, which are basically weapon buffs. Humanities, prism stones, a purging stone if you happen to get cursed. And some arrows. Actually, I think it's the only merchant that supplies poison arrows too. I'm not going to buy any of them. And down here we'll actually unlock a shortcut. We won't be going, because as you can see this is the aqueduct that leads from Firelink to the beginning of the Undead Burg. As you can see in the distance there's the rat that we kill every time we walk through. But we won't be going there yet. Let's explore a little bit further to find some items of importance. Thinking about the build of this character, and I think I'll be going for a fairly standard, well, the basic standard build for wielding pretty much every weapon in the game, and little to no magic. We'll be probably using a pyromancy now and then, just because I kind of like the, well, basically pyromancy doesn't require stat investments in either intelligence or faith. You only need sufficient slots of attunement to attune your pyromancies and cast them. So they're kind of a supplementary magic if you have the attunement. And here we have a place called the Depths. A few hollowed dudes here and there. Should be able to tackle them by now. I had an item here, and as you spin your camera you might catch that guy there. Fairly spooky. They always seem to engage with the jumping attack if you're far enough. And it's a mess hall of some sorts with these torch bearing and broken sword hollows everywhere around. So yeah, as for today's episode, this one, I think we'll explore a bit of these depths and further down. But we'll be making some routes back to the Undead Parish as well, because we'll be getting some items of great importance soon. Oh no. So yeah, that's the flailing attack that the Hollows tend to do. They can do it with torches as well, which is really devastating. A bit of a dangerous spot here. The game actually rewards you a lot for looking around as you go on, and we'll come to that a bit later too, but as you can see, it always pays to survey the situation. You can spy a bit of a dog down there. You can spy a butcher and another dog. Can you actually aggro them with fireballs from this range? No, doubtful. But yeah, the game really does, it doesn't, well, strictly reward you for looking around, but it certainly isn't unfair in any sense. many of the ambushes and stuff, like, there's very few cases of death where they are complete bullshit by design. And I can really appreciate that in the game. Now let's take care of this butcher here. Well, that didn't go well. I'll just heal up because I really do want to parry him. It's been a while. Or her, maybe. So much delay on that attack there. There we go. So yeah, concerning two-handing and one-handing a weapon, you saw it hit 287 damage there. Let's see how much we'll do when we... Whoa, that was a partial parry. That was a partial parry. Oh. I actually never gotten hit by the crab attack there. Why am I playing around with this guy? Ah, here we go again. Owie. All I want to do is parry them to see. Well, let's put the parry out of the wind. Like, let's ignore that idea for now. Just kill him or get killed. So yeah, let me explain my reasoning behind dying to this guy. I wanted to test the damage between one and two-handing a weapon, since it's a mechanic that I haven't explained just yet. The ooh, what a place to start. Well, yeah, I think we'll be actually using the shortcut from here to the depths. So yeah, when you two-hand a weapon, you basically, it's really hard for me to explain for some reason. You get 1.5 extra modifier from your strength to kind of, I guess, symbolize the fact that you're using two hands for added strength, which is why most people leave strength at like 27, because then when you two-hand a weapon, the scaling brings the stats really close to like 40 or something, which is the soft cap for damage dealing stats. Yeah. Rubbish explanation, but there you go. And those builds tend to be fairly dominant in the community for this game. You raise your dexterity to 40 to wield advanced weapons and get the damage out of the stat, and then you dump your strength to 27, 28, even 40 if you really want to go for a melee build. So yeah, this is where the shortcut comes in useful as well. Won't be cutting that death because I want to keep the playthrough. I want to do justice to the game in a really fair sense. I'm not going to sugarcoat the things that I really hate about it, if I do happen to find any. Okay, so no parries for now for me. And I do want to take my time to appreciate the things and bring them to your attention. Because I really do feel like this game deserves... Well, it's a popular series, okay? Like, you probably know that by now. But there's just... I don't know. Damn. I don't want to say what I'm going to say, because you'll think ill of me. But I just don't think most people get it, you know? That's pretty artsy, but hey, that's me. Pretentious and stuff. But yeah. It's just... It's a game with many layers to it, and the design is just... It's too good to ignore, in my opinion. It really deserves all the praise you can give to it. But yeah, just never ignore its flaws either. And oh, believe me, later on in the playthrough we will get to set flaws. There we go, we got a humanity out of that. And I'm actually having to rely on blocking a lot more since I'm fairly rusty. Let me check the timing on my recording. There we go, we're good. And there's the doggy. It takes a while to notice us. Trading hits left and right. We have no poison. Actually, this dog here doesn't respawn, so now let's just make short work of this guy. Come here. Come here. Okay, that doesn't work. I'm not about to die again. Okay, no more clowning around, just kill him. Okay, actually, let's do the parry thing again. 287 on one hand. 321 on 2 hands. So yeah, you can see the damage adding up. There's also a lot of like small variables, of course, because it's never going to deal static damage. And we got their sack. Again, a lot of the lore is made clear by item descriptions. Man-eating cook lurking in the depths. 2 eye holes have been haphazardly cut out. Well, yeah. Well, no, not much lore there, let's face it. And here we go, we get a large ember. Of course, when you get a new item, you should read the descriptions. Ascension for +5 standard weapon allows reinforcement to +10. And then a bunch of more details. As you can see, our longsword is +5. If we take this to a blacksmith who can handle it, we can reinforce our longsword to +10. And oh wow, I didn't actually get aggroed by that. Knee deep water, you won't be moving as fast, so you might as well block. So yeah, basically when you upgrade your weapons, you're getting many bonuses, including sometimes the scaling, which is, yeah, as it says, the degree by which players' attack is boosted by strength, dexterity, intelligence and faith. You can see the scaling on longsword on strength and dexterity is C and C, which is fairly basic. It's like standard. I think there's D for sure. Yeah, here we go. There's D, C, B, A, and then there's S for superior ones. And yeah, they basically, well, it's self-explanatory. And when you reinforce your weapon, you'll get it. You'll eventually get higher scaling, and it also increases the amount of physical damage inflicted, or magic, fire, and lightning, if your weapon happens to have those two. So yeah, upgraded weapons matter a lot in the game. We'll climb up the rubble, look around. Oh, you can see the butcher there. He or she doesn't seem to want to bother us, but it's an ambush later on. Come on. No trading hits there. 1,000 souls, it's a good amount. And here is a character.
Yes, you. Here, over here. Please, you must help me.
Sure. Just don't be a fool and swing at the barrels, just kick them open or roll at them. And then have a word with him. And by the looks of it, he's a pyromancer, much like we were when we started out.
Thank you. I would have been a supper without you. Been eaten alive. I shudder to think. Thank you. Thank you dearly. I am Laurentius, Lord the Great Swan. I will not forget my debt to you.
A friendly man.
Oh, hello there. I'm fine, thanks to you.
Yeah, and we'll meet him later on. Many of the NPCs you rescue and find will eventually make their way to Firelink Shrine. And with this, let's continue on onwards. There's a door here, all the way down. And as I was mentioning about the... Actually, I don't know if this is recording my cursor, but let me move it out of the way. So I was mentioning about the game kind of rewarding you for looking around. This was one of the first things that really scared me about the game, and still unsettles me to this day. You can see there's a blob moving up there. I mean, you probably won't notice it when you're first starting out, but yeah, it's dangerous, man. It's real dangerous. And you see the item basically baiting you. So let's approach and roll away. Not close enough for a May. Let's do it again. Oh, there we go. Slimes lurking on the floor. On the roof, rather. Not a dangerous enemy, just extremely durable. They have high defense and low HP. So you'll just have to take it. Oh, and here's a torch hollow. You saw his damage clipping through our shield despite us having 100% physical reduction, and that would be because torch, of course, it has fire in it. And let's actually head back to give the ember to a blacksmith we know, so we can start upgrading our weapon further. And with that, I think I will tackle an extra zone as well, because You know, the game has many paths and many routes you can approach it. It does reward you for exploration, and anything is beatable on level 1 basic, and even with unupgraded weapons if you're skilled enough. It's designed to be fair but challenging, and yeah, I really do value that fact. Certainly unique. So if you're facing enemies that you feel like you can't beat, just come back later, look for other routes. Or just get better. That's an option as well. But yeah. To Firelink, and we should definitely level up. We've gathered a fair amount of souls. Actually, we will level up near the blacksmith, since we might want to or need to use souls for reinforcing. Some of the rarer, well, chunks basically, and slabs and twinkling titanite are fairly rare. So you might want to be a bit more careful about spending those. Kill the rat. Drop humanity. Okay, don't. And we're back here. Hello. Ah, swinging wildly at the walls here. There was actually a neat task by the Firebomb Hollow. I don't know why I'm still trying to bother to loot these guys. Oh. And as you can see, there's an item there, but I'll actually head there way later on. When I have more than an item's worth of reason to go there. And here we see Grix of Vinheim.
Oh, hello. I regret meeting you under such compromising circumstances. At least we both made it back unscathed. Incidentally, would you care to learn any sorceries? You're clearly talented, and besides, I owe you. Of course, we will require some materials, but I'm happy to teach you some elementary spells. Are you interested?
Sure.
Splendid. Very well. I am pleased to have a chance to give something back. Well then, let's get started straight away.
And he turns into your first sorcery teacher. You get basic magic spells, and very handy ones. Magic weapon is nothing to scoff at. And a catalyst and a few spellcasting rings. Good items and stuff, but let's see if he has anything more to say.
Have you heard of Big Hat Logan? Master Logan is a great sorcerer and my teacher. Both of us came to this land as undead. But one day he departed, leaving only a note. I suppose he wished to keep me out of harm's way. But where does that leave me? I have dedicated myself to sorcery, but Master Logan could find no use for me.
Stay strong, friend.
Yes. The note that Master Logan left. It only said he would travel to Anolondo by way of Sen's fortress. I can only guess that he seeks the regal archives. For Master Logan is a tireless pursuer of wisdom. Wisdom trumps all. Everything else is hogwash. When the curse turned him undead, I'm certain that he only felt it was the perfect chance to visit this land. I only wish that I had his courage.
Sounds like a fearless scholar indeed.
Two things are first, second.
Yeah,
then,
let's not hear about the details.
Do
So here we hear about the Sen's fortress, Anolondo, and he didn't name another spot. Hey, here's Laurentius.
Well, I see you made it out. Yeah, I made it out safely too. I have my Pyromancy of the Great Swarm, so I can usually manage with a bit of care. Oh yeah, by the way, I can share my spells with you. I think you have a knack for it. All you need are the materials. I'll be pleased to help you. Unless you find the magic's unsafe.
Not at all. We're from the same origins.
Oh really?
Oh well. Whoops.
Oh, that's a shame. But I'm on the fringe. Yeah, I know. Undead or not, that's who I am. I only wish that I could have repaid you somehow.
Oh goodness, I made the wrong answer. Can we take it back?
Oh, hello there. I'm pleased to see you safe. Oh, and
Yes.
if by chance you've had a change of heart, I'll be pleased to...
Yes, please.
Yeah, wonderful. I'm sure that they'll be of some use, some assistance. Why, let's get started right now.
I do like this guy, he's so friendly. Some handy pyromancies to get here. Fire Orb, a powerful fireball. Iron Flash, a massive defensive spell. Flash Sweat for defense, and the ordinary fireball, which we have. I don't think I'll buy any of them, because whatever pyromancies we will use, we'll just get eventually. And he can modify our pyromancy flame to be a bit more effective. The main stat for spellcasting items is this magic adjust, which, yeah, it gets a small upgrade, as well as fire damage, and apparently the scaling for faith? No, or is that intelligence? Yeah, intelligence goes up. A bit strange, but yeah. I don't think we'll upgrade just now, because at the early game you just need all the souls you can get.
Goodbye then. Be safe, friend. Don't you dare go alone.
Oh, we won't. Oh, and here we have more company. Let's have a chat with Petrus.
Oh, hello. My guests have finally arrived. I will be departing with them shortly. So, I'm afraid I will be saying goodbye soon. It was a pleasure.
Oh, anything else?
Oh, miracles?
No, no miracles.
Rhea is the youngest daughter of the good house of Thurland. Those young knights are her old schoolmates, but I'm not sure what to make of them. I'm afraid they may be a bad influence. Come again.
Let's see what they have to say. He's not alright. Let's put it that way. How about you?
What have we here? You look awfully raggedy. Times are grim. The least you can do is look sharp. Don't you dare meet my lady like that. You might scare her off for good.
A bit of a brash guy there, but let's have a word with her.
You are undead as well. Then we've no time to fraternize. I have my mission and you no doubt have yours. We must not let this curse overcome us.
Indeed. And with that, let's just leave them behind. And actually, I think there might be more to see in this Firelink Shrine. As you can see, it's the place where the NPCs tend to congregate. Let's reverse our hallowing while we're here, just to look more human and be eligible for invasions and co-op. It's a bit of a iffy episode when it comes to commentary now, isn't it? And I apologize for the fact, since I am fairly tired. It's an early morning and I don't think Lotric's here. Good old man of Karim. So yeah, early wake you up episode and a lot of exposition on this one when it comes to the NPCs. So yeah. But I do want to cover a fair amount of the game, even when it comes to dialogue that I've heard dozens of times. It's always nice revisiting it. Let's go say hi to Andre. Might as well take on those boulder knights along the way, for the off chance that they might drop us some shards. All it needs is some jazzy tunes. Here we are, back into Parish. Oh. Poised through that hit. Can't parry jumping attacks. So yeah, kill a few of them and head for the smithy. Make enough racket and they will hear you. Oh, we caught attention of the two. As you can see, Pyromancy can be very strong early on. And it's not actually a bad starting class. The stats are balanced. You start at level 1, which means your costs for leveling up will be much cheaper than if you were to pick a different type of class. And they don't have any meaningful gameplay differences, just the equipment you start with and the distribution of stats. Oh, a severe frame drop there. I might be trying a different rendering method for this one, because it's... well, I do like editing these, and it's a lot of subtle things. I don't like flashy things popping up the screen, but yeah. Let's see how I'll manage to do this one. The 720p HD. It's watchable, I'd say. I don't mind watching it, but I don't have a lot of feedback when it comes to these things. I just know it looks passable, but I might be trying to make it look a little prettier. And let's have a chat with Andre here. maybe upgrade this weapon a bit.
Why, that's a fine ember you have there. I could smith some mighty weapons with one of those. Why not lend it to me?
He's been fairly friendly, so why not?
Magnificent! You won't be disappointed. I can hardly wait to get started.
Now we can modify, like, here's the reinforcing for, like, basically upgrading your weapons, and then you can modify them to hit even higher. And as you can see, the scaling here goes from 37 to 42, the basic damage increases by 8. It all adds up. And then once you modified them to reach the higher rank, you can just start reinforcing them normally. And now we'd need more large shots, but +7 is a good enough one to go with.
Don't get yourself killed. Neither of us want to see you go hollow.
Of course not. This episode draws to a closure soon. I mean, we didn't get much done besides, well, chatting up with a few NPCs and so forth. Well, let's dump a few stats here and there. Endurance and Vitality. Points on these two are never wasted. Points in Strength and Dexterity. When you reach 40, it's basically the maximum of the scaling. And Resistance is a useful, useless stat pretty much. It just increases your defenses, and as you can see, you get some defensives even by leveling normal stats. Albeit, you get 1 point in physical defense by leveling a point in dexterity. With resistance we get 2 points, so yeah, it's pretty much wasted. Just never dump your points into resistance. You won't see the effects of it. In the next episode, I do think we'll be exploring a bit of an optional area for now. But first, let's tackle this guy on. Dangerous foe. You might mistake him for a boss of sorts. And he can surely act as one. I mean, I'm not ashamed to admit that I still have difficulties with these guys. It's, well, if you have a blunt weapon such as the mace or a morning star that you keep using on your character, you can make short work of these guys. But with slashing weapons and thrusting weapons, you're gonna have a bad time. And I keep getting clipped by his silly hitbox. Oh, like there his arm hit me. Just let's not be ashamed to heal. See, two-handing does a good amount of damage to him. How about a fireball? I've never actually bothered to play... Well, I tend to shun the magic type characters on these games, because it just takes a lot out of the action RPG element of the game. But I do like supplementing a character with magics like this, just sometimes. It might seem a bit cheesy, but they do have moves to... Yeah, he was about to jump there. A dangerous attack. Well, he's not actually dead. Let's draw in close for the kill. Oh! Come on, just one attack. There we go. And he drops his Demon Titanite. Let's check it out. Weapon spawned from special souls. Stolen from a faceless stone beast known as a Titanite demon. When the nameless blacksmith deity passed from several slabs, great beasts arose. The power of Titanite remains within them, and they still roam Lordran today. It's possessed metal, and how cool does that sound? But yeah, with that, I think in the next episode I will upload it shortly. So yeah, we'll be heading towards this spooky forest, and maybe forwards to the... further on to the depths. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Don't you go hollow, friend. Bye.